Tetris is beautiful, isn't it? There is something about those pieces made up of 4 blocks each, falling down, changing orientations, filling the voids, and clicking right into place. All of it is so satisfying and oddly comforting. It isn't the most popular game of all time for no reason. And now, nearly 40 years after its existence graced humankind, we have an adaptation of the true story behind the making and licensing of the game. And I am shocked at how good it actually is. Henk Rogers discovers Tetris and risks everything by traveling to the Soviet Union, where he joins forces with the inventor to bring the game to the masses. Tetris might be the biggest surprise of 2023 so far. Any film based on a story behind the making of a video game shouldn't be this gripping, but director Jon S. Baird and crew totally pull it off. The film has a distinct visual style that incorporates the 8-bit animation much similar to the video game in quite a few sequences, and it works extremely well. The editing ensures that these sequences flow smoothly with the actual story, especially in the first act. The first act of Tetris simply has to be the most fun I had watching a film in quite some time. The creative visuals with the fast yet steady pacing hook you right from scene 1. It does, however, meander as the film moves along, especially in the second act, but the insane story behind all of this keep you engaged. There are a lot of moments that feel far-fetched and even a tiny bit over the top, but thankfully enough, the film doesn't take itself too seriously. It strikes the right balance of tone that keeps you entertained and intrigued. But sure, there are a lot of moments where you feel it's just too good to be true. Taron Egerton is fantastic as Henk Rogers. He chews up his sequences and gives a very entertaining performance. His character is really likable and you do care for his well-being. All of the actors do a good job, but the characters for the most part were pretty one note. That didn't, however, bother me much or affect my experience to a major degree. A huge portion of the film plays off like a spy thriller, and it even reminded me quite a bit of Argo, directed by Ben Affleck, and this film called The Courier starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Also, I just want to mention that there is a car chase towards the end, which is very interestingly directed. The cars keep pixelating as they're driving through the streets, and I found this extremely clever and unique. Now, as it is with films involving the Soviet Union, there is a usual course of the KGB, tinges of paranoia, and of course, evil Russians. And because of that, it very often falls into that zone of we have seen all of this before. But the saving grace is the fact that we've never seen it done in a film about a video game that's based on a true story. Yes, there are certain issues with the writing, especially in the middle act, and sometimes the 8-bit animation feels overdone. But all flaws aside, I just find it awesome that a film about the licensing war behind Tetris exists, and it actually is thrilling, engaging, and super entertaining. I'm going to give Tetris a very well deserved 4 out of 5. So that was my opinion about Tetris. Now I have a very interesting question for you guys. What other classic video game do you want to see get this treatment? What I mean by that is, which video game do you want to see being made into a film about all of the behind the scenes stuff, about how it was made and all of the things that happened behind. I think Pac-Man would be a very interesting choice. I'm not sure of the actual story behind Pac-Man, but I'm very sure it would be fascinating. So anyways, comment that down below, and thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And do give the video a like, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Keep enjoying movies, and I'll see you again.